It's a 5-minute test that saves countless newborns from serious illness or even death.
But newborn screenings don't always happen with the urgency they need. ABC News Channel 20's Christina Mueller shows us which local hospitals had delays in the screening and how timely testing saved a local woman from crippling consequences.
When Ruth Walker gave birth to her second child, she was overjoyed to be holding the baby girl in her arms.
Normal pregnancy, healthy baby, we thought, when she was born.
But 10 days after birth, Walker got a call from her pediatrician. Baby Amy's routine newborn screening turned up an abnormality. In a matter of days, Amy was diagnosed with congenital hypothyroidism, a very serious birth defect if not treated early.
What happens if we don't do anything? And Dr. N's statement was, if she lives, she could be a mentally retarded dwarf.
Thanks to this diagnosis, Walker says her daughter suffered no major complications growing up. Amy is now 24 and just days away from college graduation. But this story could have ended much differently. The state mandates newborn screenings right after birth, but sometimes it takes several days for test samples to reach the Department of Public Health's lab in Chicago. And bad samples can double the time it takes to get results.
If we are not receiving these in a timely manner, some of these children could be getting sick before they're ever getting their results back.
IDPH officials say their goal is to receive all samples within 5 days of birth, but 3 days is the ideal. See, the screenings must be done within 48 hours after a baby is born, and IDPH offers free overnight delivery services to hospitals 6 days a week. Yet in the past 6 months, 2 hospitals here in central Illinois averaged taking more than 3 days to get samples sent in for 5% or more of newborn babies. The other delay in testing comes from bad samples. They require a new test to be taken, and that can delay things by as much as 2 weeks. 6 local hospitals have sent 1 or more bad test samples in the last 6 months. Some hospitals have exemplary records for newborn tests. One of them is Memorial here in Springfield.
We need to make sure, number one, we've got the correct baby, the correct slip. What we do is technically just making sure that you've got all of the circles filled in on the front side and the back, making sure that you're not putting your alcohol pad or anything like that onto the filter paper, which would affect any of the results. And then afterwards, making sure that all the information that is on there is correctly filled out.
Memorial's birth clerk checks the blood samples daily and makes sure they leave the hospital within 24 hours. Ruth Walker warns all expectant parents to check on the hospital where you plan to give birth and make sure they have a good record of timely testing.
I can't imagine what would have happened if we had not had this done.
In Springfield, Christina Mueller, ABC News Channel 20.
The state health department issues a report 4 times a year with hospital submission times and the number of tests with errors. You can find that information on our website. Just go to WICS.com and click on Web Watch.